Right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us on channel 405. We'll start your sports bulletin with this story. So all eyes will be on the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban for the Nedbank Cup final between Soweto rivals Kaizer Chiefs as well as Orlando Pirates. The Glamour Boys will hope to silence the Sea Robbers in their bid to end a decade-long trophy drought. Defending champions Orlando Pirates are now determined than ever to win their third title in a row. Newzroom Afrika sports reporter Vuyo Macoba joins us now to talk about the most anticipated Soweto derby to date. Is of course live at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in the build-up to this game starting at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Vuyo, a very good morning to you and thank you so much for your time. It's good to see that you've made it safe and sound out in Durban. Talk to us about what the mood like is at the moment and what are the fans saying?
Good morning to you, Rachel, and to the Newzroom Afrika viewers. Of course, just to track you back, finally, we are in the city of Durban. But if you remember correctly, if you remind from yesterday, we had been tracking with some of the fans that were coming from the Johannesburg area, coming into the Durban city to, of course, support their teams. These were fans from both the Kaizer Chiefs and the Orlando Pirates side who have made sure that this epic battle that is going to happen this afternoon is a sold-out affair. We saw, of course, during the weeks, the struggle and the bustles for getting tickets to make sure that everybody gets a seat inside this Moses Mabhida Stadium. How much of a struggle it was, but for many that got the chance to get those tickets will be able to enjoy a magnificent affair that awaits us today here in Durban. We are, of course, inside the city, just outside the majestic Moses Mabhida Stadium. As you see it behind me, the sun is shining right in front of my face, which gives you a sense of just how the city is ready in all angles to make sure that they are ready to host this beautiful affair. From the weather side to the majestic Moses Mabhida Stadium, we are waiting for 3 p.m., counting down to that kickoff time between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. Of course, it's that cup final, the Nedbank Cup final, that gives an opportunity for both these sides to, of course, bag that silverware this season. Motivation from both sides. Coach Jose Rivero and, of course, Nazreddin Nabi want to make sure that they lift this one for both their teams. But I'm not by myself, Rachel. Here I've got an analyst who has also come all the way from Joburg, Tepo Rabote from Far Post. It's a pleasure to always have you on Newzroom Afrika. Once again, you finally got the chance to make your way here to Durban. You'll be seated inside the Moses Mabhida Stadium. How special is this affair tonight for both these sides?
Well, good morning and good to you and your listeners who are at home. It doesn't get any bigger than this. This is a big spectacle when you're looking at the fact that this is a match of big consequence for Kaizer Chiefs. When you look at the side of Nazreddin Nabi, it's a last chance for him to back some sort of a silverware for Kaizer Chiefs, having not won a cup in the past 10 years, you know. Yep. Whereas on the side of Jose Rivero, it's something that has been dubbed as the last dance. The players would want to give the coach his last silverware, looking at the fact that ever since he's been here since 2022, he has won 5 trophies for the side, you know. So it's going to be a match of high interest, given the fact that every time when these two sides met, you know, be in the league, be in the cup competition, it was almost where people were saying that it's a match where nothing is at stake. But this time around, it's a match where Kaizer Chiefs could see their 10-year drought go out of the window, whereas Pirates stand on their way wanting to give Jose Rivero his 6th title as the coach of Orlando Pirates.
Let's look at both these sides. I mean, if you look at the city of Durban, one might look at the previous domestic cups, especially when you look at the MTN 8. Jose Rivero has managed to win all of them here at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. It's a good hunting ground for him. But if you track it back historically, when you look at the likes of the Telkom Knockout, the Absa Cup back in the days, it's also given Chiefs a good hunting ground for themselves. So the stakes are leaning on both of them when it comes to them playing in either of these stadiums that we are actually standing behind, or even just the city of Durban.
I mean, we can take it back to 2006.
Yep.
Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates faced here in Durban, just behind us here at Kings Park Stadium in the Absa Cup before it was called Nedbank Cup. You know, Kaizer Chiefs won that tie on penalties. We can take it back again to 2019. The two sides met here in a Telkom Knockout, which is now called the Carling Knockout Cup. Kaizer Chiefs were the victors on penalties again. So when you're looking at the fact that the clubs have been meeting here in the cup finals. Yes, history leans towards Kaizer Chiefs, but when you're looking at the fact that Pirates have been on the form of their own in the cup competitions. I mean, we talk about Jose Rivero with Orlando Pirates. He's yet to lose a match in the Nedbank Cup final. Will he lose it today again? We'll have to wait for 90 minutes to see if he can do that.
A quick one on both the coach's senses, motivation, of course, for Jose Rivero. Whatever happens here, he walks out as a celebrated coach. But for Nabi, his head is on the block if he doesn't win this match.
Look, there's a cliche that players don't need a motivation to play a Soweto derby, but this one, you know, it's a match that could be either a make or break for Nasreddine Nabi. When you're looking at the fact that Kaizer Chiefs currently, they are languishing in the 9th position on the log, scrambling their way into the top 8. But when you're looking at the fact that he could win a trophy here, yes, that could salvage his future in the club. But should he fail to win the cup here, I really don't see him surviving this one. I really don't see. I think his head is on the block.
A quick one in closing, predictions for today's match.
Look, man, I think much as Kaizer Chiefs would want to end their trophy drought, Orlando Pirates, we've seen that they've played here on Tuesday against Golden Arrows. They've rested some of their key players, your Mofokeng, your Sipo Chain in goals.
Yep.
So it tells you that as much as Jose Rivero has won so many cups with Orlando Pirates, he still sees this as a match of a big significance, and he's going to go all guns blazing. So I'll say 2-1 for Orlando Pirates.
For Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time. Always good to have you on Newzroom Afrika, Tsepo. As is mentioning, it's leaning more on the way of Orlando Pirates when you look at the stakes from the journalist side of point of view. But of course, in terms of history, when it comes both these teams playing here in the city of Durban, stakes are reigning for both of them at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in between the tournaments, whether it's the Nedbank Cup, whether it's the Telkom Knockout, or even the Absa Cup back in 2006. But as we all say, it will be determined by 3 p.m. today who will make sure that he walks out the better of the two teams or the better of the coaches. One of them is going out this season. He's going out as a celebrated coach, and the other one has his head on the block already. He needs to make sure that he wins this trophy for Kaizer Chiefs. It's back from us here in Durban. As Newzroom Afrika, of course, we've given you that rolling coverage until that 3 p.m. kickoff tonight. So stay tuned to Channel 405. We'll see you after the break.